Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 frames per second. I am Authenticity. Today I will be playing Captain Coriolis of The Vengeful Dead. It was funny when the video came out. I am joined by my wonderful, spectacular, and very beloved friend.
Hi, my name is Magic. Today I'm playing a satyr man called Seeker. Who probably isn't gonna have fun today? I look at Jet. This may be high angst. I'm so sorry. Anyway. Alright, I have to do this part, which means I have to describe things. Like the DM professional I am. Alright. Seeker is currently walking to a location that a general area he tends to ignore. For the main reason of Seeker has a real big fear of boats. Unfortunately, his destination today is a boat, which needs to go by the pier. So he has to go walk by the pier onto the things to go look for the boat. Man. Should I roll a perception to see if I can spot the boat?
Yeah, actually, you can do it at advantage because one, it's a flamboyant son of a bitch, and two, there are some things that you just don't forget.
Okay, I'm gonna go roll once more just in case I get better than an 18 somehow. No. So that's gonna be 18 minus 1. 17.
17. Yeah, that'll do it. You see, a unfamiliar mast rising, out of the throng of ships. But as you draw closer and you follow it down to your eyes, you see, a small merchant vessel. Each of the wooden planks of its sides have been stained, a different sort of light color. Like there's purples, there's pinks, there's greens. It's festooned with, different colored fabrics. People are, it's got the hustle and bustle of a working ship, but also, you can also hear, conversations and things. You have never seen it like this, but it is definitely the ship.
I have some unfortunate news for you, author. The ship may be possessed, but my 2 rolls were an equal of an unnatural 1 and a natural 1 turned -1 for my wisdom saves.
Oh boy.
I haven't even gotten to the boat yet. God.
Well, that was quick. We haven't even cleared 4 minutes, and we're already, we are here, folks. Do you want to explain to us what that -1 is?
Seeger has gone completely stock still, staring at this boat. He is not moving. He is not, there are probably people, moving around him at this point, because he's just standing completely still, zeroed in on this boat. Probably, would this be an angle where he could see the figurehead?
Yes.
Just, his gaze is locked onto the figurehead and the half-elf's angry visage, and there is just the slightest, tremble that is going underneath his skin.
The longer you look at that figurehead, the figurehead that you know so well. You have been dangled off the side beside it so many times. You can almost feel like that anger is directed at you, like it is looking back at you. And I'm going to roll a perception check. 17. Do you say that does it?
I mean, he's not being stealthy.
This is true. And he's not, it's not like there's another one of him running around that it could be. There's no Seeker impersonators. Like, he's pretty distinctive. Okay.
I give a nod. I also look over at Pigeon. Pigeon's not even here.
No, that was last night's FPS. Anyways. So you are looking away from the ship is a little bit beyond your means right now, but you hear sort of a gentle humming cut through the mob of the crowd. Not, loud, but sort of this deep, reassuring. You've heard this voice before. And then the footsteps that accompany this humming stop, and the humming stops, and you hear, fuck. Do you do anything?
There is no response.
Coriolis steps into view around Seeker and takes a couple steps back and kneels and hunches down even more so that they're not taller than you, which is quite a feat. They're basically laying on the ground.
God. Coriolis, my beloved.
And they swallow hard because they know this expression. They've seen it on the faces of their loved ones before, and they go, Beacon, can you hear me at all?
I did actually roll a 1. That wasn't, yeah.
Okay.
Seeker dice? Hello? Yes, the special dice that I picked out of my pack specifically for Seeker. Has rolled 2 natural 1s. In the span that I've used it, which is just today. So.
Holy Christ.
I look at my dice. What do you do? Anyway, yeah, that's a -1. Another 1. There is no response.
Coriolis half turns like they're going to call over their shoulder to someone. But I think instead they sort of they sort of like awkwardly like waddle on their knees to the side until they are in between Seeker and the ship. They're obscuring his view, and they go, Beacon, do you want to leave?
Okay, thank God. There's sort of a twitch of the ears and a small like little shake of the head, and oh hi, hello, sorry, I zoned out there for a moment. Hi, it's good to see you again.
It's
and Seeker is going to semi awkwardly because like yeah just gonna give not a hard enough head bonk. I need you to roll a con, but just a bonk because you are more more eye level right now.
They kind of
Congratulations,
blink.
you've been head bonked.
They sure have. They blink, and their expression like twitches and sort of a reflexive smile because that's actually rather nice. That's okay, but they're still looking at you very worriedly.
Seeker steers back.
They I think they clear their throat a little foggily, and they go, Seeker, do you want to leave? Do you want to talk someplace that's not here? Oh, hang on.
I've been left alone with my satyr. What crimes will I commit? Hello, chat.
He went to dinner. I was walking in the hallway. Hi, I'm back.
Hi.
Sorry, the cat has been got.
There's a moment where like Seeger composes himself and just goes, "No, I'm quite all right. It took me a bit by surprise.
Mm,
It's weird to see it again."
it is. I can't imagine. We've been working on it, but well, it some things run deep, and it is still ostensibly the same ship. So,
Well, it's not run by the same people, so I suppose it can't be that bad.
they sort of grimace like, well, that's a good point. I do my best to take care of the old girl. She, I tried to think of it more as a boat that's been through a lot rather than, some agent of evil itself. It, well, you're welcome to come aboard, or we could sit here. Or again, because I have to say that look on your face was desolation itself. We could, go to a cafe or a park or something and relax somewhere where we can't smell the ocean.
No, I assure you I'll be quite all right to step foot on the ship.
Insight check.
You'll have to beat a 27.
I'm checking their insight. Yeah, well, I suppose there's a 1 in 20 chance. Yeah.
Nope, he seems fine.
I mean, fair enough. In that case, they rise to their feet, kind of creakily. they have to sort of like brace themselves on their knees because they're back. But they stand up.
Seeger will offer a hand. I don't know how much that's gonna do, but like they are sure struggling to stand.
They sort of take the hand and they do that thing you do with little kids where you don't put any of your weight on the hand. And they go to give him a grateful nod and they go to tip a hat at him, but they're not wearing a hat and they look around like, oh, must have blew off. Well, this way I suppose.
Seeker is going to spare one last glance to the figurehead before quickly moving onward, trying not to focus on it anymore.
Yeah, and I mean the way forward on to the ship is, clear to you. There's a gangplank with a railing that leads up to the main deck.
He's fine. Don't worry about it. It is like, is it like an obvious gesture of like you go first?
They're actually it's funny, you're about the same, walking speed. They actually no, I think that they would actually they'd come aboard first and then like sort of pause halfway to see how he's doing.
He's doing fine.
Okay.
A little bit slow watching the water, but that's probably just because satyr.
Yeah,
This is not a seafaring creature at all.
Well, actually, they don't know that much about satyrs, but
That's fair.
They do sort of like just ready in action in case he looks like he's gonna tip sideways. But yeah, I mean, if he's good, then they will stay just a little bit in front of him and wait till he's on board the ship.
Yep. With a solid 8, the ship isn't even moving. Seeger does not have any sea legs at all. But he does manage to get on board.
There. Actually, I don't know how I want to put this. There is a song coming from the stern of the ship. It sounds like someone's playing, some sort of instrument. It not one that you recognize, Seeker, but the music sort of swirls and swoops and like it reminds you a little bit of jazz. Like it's got that sort of like composing as it goes sort of sound. And you have bardic inspiration of 1d6.
Cool. Hold on, let me just... 1d6. Okay, this is fine. Oh, poor baby. Okay.
Oh no. Ah.
There's a visible ear twitch at the song. It's not a bad song. That's not what the role is for. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
You know what? $25.
Motherfucker. 25. Lay down. Why do you have me describe emotions? Okay.
You Magic. I look at you seriously. You dug this grave, now lie in it.
I know. God. All right. There. It was just the initial reaction is what that total of a 0 was for. There. Because I love the character who's playing this song. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but also there's Coriolis. You know what Seeker's job on this boat was.
Mm-hmm.
And well, his jaw has kind of clenched shut at the music. He doesn't not enjoy it. It's just shake my boy.
Yeah, I think Coriolis sees that, and their back straightens a little bit, and they go, excuse me one sec. And they go, they walk pretty quickly to the stern of the ship. They don't bother with the staircase that leads them up to sort of the God, I forget what it's called, the poop deck. Never mind.
We don't know ship terminology, folks.
We're on a ship. I researched it 2 months ago. And for a second, they sort of duck down out of sight. And when they come up, they're you hear a raucous little kid laugh. And they're sort of swinging. They're swinging another familiar figure around. By in that sort of twirly thing you do with little kids to make them laugh. They're just sort of yeet the child for health and development, but not actually letting go.
Yeah.
And the music has stopped, and instead, the musician, who apparently was this little undead orc girl, is occupied with being beset with affection by Coriolis. And they stop once, she's basically overcome with giggles, and they kneel down in front of her and mutter something, and she nods, and she takes the steps down and waves at you, and then turns the corner and goes down another set of steps into the ship itself.
Seeker waved back.
Mm.
It was like a small wave, Just like a hi? With a question mark. That's important to the tone of this wave.
She looks delighted. You made her day with that. And Coriolis will approach again, and they go, yeah, that was our resident bard, May. She tends to she tends to occupy her time with music whenever she likes. Perhaps some forward warning would have been preferable.
There's just a moment of like, he needs to like take a moment to breathe. It's all right. I wouldn't want to stop an artist from perfecting their craft.
Well, she'll have time to perfect later. Come on. It's I honestly don't know if you'd like to go below decks. I will warn you, they are different, but they are still a doozy. Or I could bring some tea up from the galley.
There's a noticeable like twinge, because that's a 4. At the words below deck.
Why don't you find us a couple of good seats? It's not on the railings, but anywhere else should be fine. I'll be right back. And they disappeared down the same stairwell that Seeker saw the orc girl disappear down. Instead of taking the steps, they just sort of swing themselves down into the darkness, and he hears an accompanying thud and then footsteps.
God.
They don't bother the stairs. They're too big.
Can't be good for like the arches holding those passageways up though. Yeah, I don't know about ships, but that's a 17 to perception.
Perception for which?
To figure out where the hell to find seats on a ship.
Well, there's sort of like there's some crates, there's some barrels, there's noticeably there is not like any sort of benches up here. Like it's there might be like some of those waterproof cushions sort of tucked away, but yeah, nothing that looks like someone's supposed to sit on it long term up here. So yeah, it's really anywhere. Like it's an open space.
Okay. Are there other crew members on deck right now?
There is there's a Toon woman on the upper deck who seems to be mopping. And an older gentleman in a raincoat near the fore who seems to be sort of doing an inventory with a little notebook. If Seeker catches their eye, both of them sort of wave. They saw them come up with the captain, so he's supposed to be there. But they seem to be sort of engrossed in their tasks.
Probably going to find something away from them. Anyway, probably going to find a barrel to sit on.
Easily done.
It's just... I mean, barrels are usually taller than crates, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, like... he is slightly taller now.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's just... Seeger never thought he'd be stepping foot on this boat again.
Roll me a perception.
Okay. There's my perception roll I expected. That's supposed to be an 8. I keep forgetting to not put the d20s, or put the 20, no, fuck. Put the D's in the things. God damn it. I can't type words today. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
I gently pat you.
It's supposed to be an 8.
Alright. Well, well, maybe that's for the best, because you actually don't hear it. In fact, it's a few minutes of just silence and, the sound of the waves and things, but, what he does hear is, eventually the Toon woman comes over to join the old man, and as she does, she remarks to him, "Did you hear singing a few minutes ago?" He goes, "Nope." "No, yeah, it was singing. It, like, not Maze, but, like, I don't know. It sounded nice." "Yep." You're impossible to talk to." "Yep." And that's about as much of that exchange as you get.
Fun, joyous occasions. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And then you see, a couple of very large hands put a tea tray up on the lip of the stairwell, and then Coriolis hoists themselves up. Does not use the stairs. And they pick up the
That
tea
still
tray.
feels like it's like one of these days those supports are gonna snap.
Maybe, but they pick up their tea tray very carefully and look around for Seeker and offer him a cup.
Seeker takes a cup of the mystery tea. He does not drink it.
It is actually coffee, and it's actually an empty cup. They pour from the teapot into their own first, and then he is he's free to serve himself while they take they take their own sip.
Seeker, you fucking idiot. Okay. Seeker pours himself a small cup of coffee and decides to drink it. He's fine for now.
It is I mean, it's coffee. It's it tastes like it's got a little bit of sweetener in it.
Author,
Yeah.
I put my hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be having coffee.
I squint at you. Why?
Because I like jokes. Allergies. Anyway.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Across town, a chicken looks up as though it is scented blood.
God. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, as long as he doesn't drink a lot of it, which he's not planning to,
Yeah, like,
he has literally taken a sip, and that is it.
yeah, like, it's, like, even if he hadn't, like, these are, like, you know, like, almost like sake cups? Sake?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's sort of that size, which looks hilarious in Coriolis' hands. And, they sip their own coffee for a while, and they, look at him like, well, welcome aboard, I suppose. It's, well, I could tell you a little bit about the process of, fishing the old girl up, fixing her up. But I also don't know precisely what you do and don't want to know about this ship.
I do not know a lot about shipcraft. I don't tend to spend much time. I don't tend to spend much time on the seas. Did you just raise it from the bottom of the ocean?
Well, we dragged it. It helped that it was in a few separate pieces. You know, it's well, Shark. You remember Sharky? Well, one, he's a genius.
I remember Jordan.
I mean, you can roll for it.
That's 15 plus 9. That's 24.
Yeah, you remember Sharky.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's a little gnome dude.
Yeah,
Not Sharky.
Yeah, the gnome who he actually over the course of their stay on the ship, he got a gum infection that eventually robbed him of his teeth. And the nicknames, you remember it, was a joke that he told so many times to apparently enough sort of self-delight that the others picked it up to make him a little bit happier about the circumstances. Also very good with his hands. And I will say with the 24, you can see his maker's mark on a couple different sort of sections of the ship, as if to mark where he's done repairs. And yeah, Coriolis just goes, well, Sharky is now the ship's engineer. And he keeps things in order. We've actually sunk a couple more times, just because it took a while to repair her, and also because we don't care, we can just walk home. But yeah, it's we are attempting to make it ours, make it a good place to be, to call home.
think Seeker just gives a nod, takes another sip of the coffee, which is also hilarious because he's literally barely drinking any coffee.
Yeah, and even with your tiny little sips, it's already halfway gone.
Yeah. I actually know what a sake cup looks like. I will admit, I do not love a sake cup. Hold on.
They are teeny.
Oh, they are tiny. That's like shot glass size.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so small. Anyway, sorry.
It's very cool, man. But yeah. And they're sort of looking at the ship with sort of a lot of different emotions in their eyes. But then they look back at Seeker and they go, well, that's what we've been up to. Can I ask? Well, I think you told me a little bit, but I'm eager to hear, how life has been treating you. Are you okay?
Well, let's see. Since I've gotten here on my feet, I have. Give me a moment. Me, magic sitting. Damn, what are all the games I've been in? Let's see. Started off small, did a babysitting job. There was. I investigated a. I went to the bazaar. The bazaar. There's a bazaar in Toontown, I believe. Just with a lot of undead communities there. I've been around there quite a bit. Visit here and there pretty often. Nice jewelry. Seeker, not talking about the ship, has obviously the one with the mind flare. Yes, the one with the mind flare. Seeker does not mention the mind flare. Anyway. Went there, solved a bit of problems with brains. Apparently there was a sneezing powder. Regardless. There was that, and then afterwards I took a visit to Ghibli to go help escort someone back to the center of their garden. Lovely place, by the way. If you haven't been to Ghibli, very highly suggested. Actually, that garden is where I've gotten all of these flowers, and Seeker is kind of pointing at the flowers in his hair. Met a good friend there, Avian. I write to him very often. Then I took a car? Weird wagon thing? I don't know. To the County Calliope where I helped solve a political debate? I don't know if it was really called a political debate. It was more like a hostile takeover. And all we did was make them actually communicate, and they stopped, which was weird because that's not usually how hostile takeovers work. I'm so sorry, Coriolis.
Yeah, they're just sort of they've got the coffee cup halfway between their lap and their mouth, just sort of listening, they're sort of doing the perplexed sort of nod. Nod. Okay. But they are absolutely not going to interrupt this.
County Calliope and the... what was the name of the other kingdom? I can never remember names. Both of them Inkwell is fascinating. One of them is run by candy people, and the other one is run by sentient vegetables. And I have been to Candy Calliope again. You can't eat the sand there. And the walls. They're all candy.
I mean, yeah, you could eat anything
Honestly.
if you really want to try, but okay.
I mean, they're like actually edible and not like. Alright, then from there, I went to Toontown and, somehow got wrapped up in a plot, that involved protecting a child, stopping a murder, talking to a dead guy, like an actual dead guy, not like an undead person. He was actually dead. I was almost in a car crash. God. Let's see, what else is important that I've done?
Like, it's I will say that, like, you can sort of see the other two, the two tunes who were manning the deck while Coriolis was down, getting the coffee, are like sort of leaning over, to listen, and then like Coriolis, just sort of glances over and they snap back like, oh, okay.
We weren't doing anything. You can't prove anything.
Actually, yeah. One of them starts to whistle.
Tunes. Oh boy. I do believe the kid's birthday party is soon-ish, so that'll be interesting. See. I don't know if there's anything else interesting I've really been around lately, other than this.
I can see how this would be a highlight. Yes. That is. Has it been good? Has it? I mean, I imagine most things would be better than what happened on this ship, but have you been happy? God damn it.
I mean, sure. I've seen a lot of cool things. Done a lot of things. I got launched out of a catapult. I've got to learn a lot of interesting new stories. I've never seen a church that was also a movie theater, so that's interesting.
I'm sorry, I have to ask. Have you seen any other survivors from the ship?
There's... Would you like to roll insight?
Absolutely, I'll roll insight. 21.
Beat the 14. You have a feeling he was about to say no. Then he paused. And then, sort of, like, puts, like, you know how people do, like, that contemplative, put hand over mouth, like, look in a direction that's not at the person, sort of way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the expression he does, but it's it's not quite played as he's thinking about it. It's like he tried to play it as he's thinking about it. It he definitely knows or at least suspects something, but isn't saying it.
Beacon?
Yes?
Well, let me put it this way. This ship is, well, it's full of dead people, but it's also full of ghosts. We see things were so much worse on the ship than we knew. I don't know even. It's we've done everything we can to excise that we see ghosts. Some we recognize, crew members who seem to drift, to like they don't understand what happened to them, or it's hard to describe. The ghosts of some as young as May and Lemna, who must have come before us. Dozens, maybe, that we don't recognize. But we don't see everyone. And they take a breath that you guess they maybe need, if only for the emotional turmoil. And they say, we haven't seen him.
I have not seen him either.
Well, that's something. That's better than something. Hopefully he will rot scattered throughout the currents until he is but little more than sand as well. But I don't know. Perhaps it's too easy to think of all this as a story where the villain can only be defeated by the heroes. But I don't know. I'm so sorry. I must be scaring you, but whatever you've seen, do you think it's a danger?
No, they didn't even recognize me. And they stood right in front of me for about 10 minutes.
Huh. Well, to be fair, you look much better. Much better. But, well, I suppose we will burn that bridge when we get to it. And they look up at you, and there's a tired smile on their face. This is something that they have thought about a lot, but they are trusting your judgment.
This is fine. 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 Everything's fine. This is fine.
You didn't beat the 21. Should I
There's
roll again?
I mean, you should roll again.
Alright.
No.
My
It's a
thing's
nat
lagging
one.
for me. Oh, that's a nat 1?
Yeah, it's a nat one.
Yeah, they have spilled coffee on their hands, and they're just sort of looking at it disappointedly. And they sort of sit back and they go, well, let's see, what can I tell you? May is looking for an apprenticeship as a bard that will let her stay with us. Lemna is nowhere near ready for an apprenticeship, but she's taken to stabbing people. We think it's an improvement. We're not sure. I don't know much about the others.
That's like an in-character laugh, by the way. Just God.
Yeah, when Seeker like looks back at them after laughing, they've got sort of this like shy sort of like pleased grin, like oh, they're pleased that they made him laugh.
Nice. God. Well, I can't say I know much about toddlers, but just make sure she knows how to wield the knife. Lemon is a she, right?
Yes. Well, until she tells us otherwise.
That's fair.
Wielding the knife is not the problem. Part of it is if she takes off a couple fingers, we can sew them back on. It's more what she does to other people with said knife. But we're hoping that it's sort of like keeping. It's a phase that she will grow out of. We're not sure. She looks about the same as she always has, but regardless, let's see. Nona's still around. We're pretty sure she's indestructible. Sharky is here with us some of the time, and he some of the time with his own family. His wife, his sister, his little girls. We do have some new additions. Rose is over there, and we call him Old Sparky. We're not. And the tune, the old man tune in the raincoat looks up and says, "Yep." And Coriolis just sort of awkwardly waves, like, "Yeah, hi."
Why did they call him Old Sparky?
We are not sure.
Author, I have something so funny to tell you after this game. Anyway.
Okay. That's well, we do have sort of a friend of the ship now. His name's Pigeon. He's and they sort of scratch their head because how do you describe Pigeon and be complimentary? And they say finally, he's got quite the kind soul. Yeah, he's a good one to have around. He apparently has a monkey on his head.
Seeker nods like wisely, of course.
Yeah, they just sort of shrug. And they go, well, yeah, I think that's all the important people. And by that I mean actually everyone. Yeah, we're spending a couple, hopefully less than a month in port, but we'll see how it goes. We took a pretty good hit to our port side. You might have seen, and you actually didn't see, but it's up to you whether or not he goes and looks.
Okay, hold on. I need to do a few rolls. That's a... Oh, boy. Seeker looks curious at this supposed hole in the port side.
Mm.
With that too. Modified.
Okay. Paint me a word picture.
Do you want him to just go, like, look in the general direction? He doesn't know where the port side is.
The port side is on the side with the port on it, Seeker. Fuck. Magic. Darling
No.
magic.
Author. Seeker's never been on a proper boat before to learn the terminology.
No, the port side is the side with the port on it. Like the port that
Seeker's a dumbass.
I mean, there's only two options. I mean, he can look on the starboard, or he can look on the port.
Fine, I'll have him be smart for once. Jeez.
It's the port side, and one of the sides has a port on it, Magic.
Alright, that's an 11 for staring into the ocean from a ship. I could totally type. Yep.
God,
you cat.
Buddy, please. Come here, doing what? Criminal.
There's a moment where Seeker gets a little lost staring at the ocean before kind of shaking his head out of it and actually looking over the side of the boat.
I mean, there is a sizable hole in the side of the ship through which you can see a portion of, it looks like the old cargo hold.
And Seeker stares at it.
Can Coriolis roll another insight check?
Yep.
12.
I mean, Seeker sure has taken a while to look at this hole that like, he's not, like, if someone was actually appraising, like, this hole from the outside from where he is, which is kind of leaned over the railing, you'd imagine they'd, like, for someone his size, you'd imagine, like, he'd move at some point to get a different angle, but he's just in the same position, staring at this hole.
Can they see his expression?
No. That is a 12.
Okay. Then I think they'll come around so that they can, again, sort of kneeling down so that they're not looming over him.
Okay. Expression, since that's not a negative, I will say it is completely blank-faced. You can't see his eyes. He's wearing sunglasses. And these are boxed sunglasses which protect the sides because he has vision problems. I will say sunlight can creep through those cracks, which is not great. Anyway. So the sunglasses are boxed at the side so you can't actually see the eyes, but it's just this straight on stare at the cargo hold that you can see from the side of the ship.
I think it actually, with that 12, it takes them a sec, and they're like, fuck. Rosa, tell Nona she's in charge. And they are going to, they're going to very gently, they're going to come around to Seeker's front, such as they can, so they're not, like, surprising him. And they're going to lift him very carefully up by his armpits into their arms and make sure that they have a good hold on him. And they are going to fucking book it off the ship with 90 feet of movement.
How fucking fast is it? I mean, Seeker can match pace, but currently I look at my boy.
Yeah, they barely use the gangplank. Like, they are, like... Yeah. And they're, like... Sort of internally, they're sort of cursing themselves for not insisting that they don't go on the ship at all, and they, like... go find somewhere calm and quiet. And they're going to run and run and run until, they come to a little park with a little bit of shade to it, maybe in the shadow of a building or two, so it's not direct sunlight. And they're going to very carefully, very gently set the satyr down in the grass.
That is 14. You can probably, there's like a small twitch of the ears. There's a look around and like his face turns kind of confused. Because, this isn't the ship.
Nope. This is off. I'm bad at street names. It's either Penguin
I'm
Street.
Also terrible at street names.
I turned right at that big sort of drippy fountain, and I ran a while. I think we're pretty near the library. If I don't think we're lost, but yeah, we're here now.
Wonderful, fantastic. Why are we here?
And they actually look a little bit chagrined, and they go, I might have overreacted a little bit, but and they actually, the more they're thinking about this, the more like, oh, well, I maybe shouldn't have done that. But they, like, they tug a little bit of their hair in front of their face and they go, it just, it seemed like the thing to do. It seemed like maybe you need to stop looking at the cargo hold.
I think there's a moment where Seeker just kind of looks at them, for standing up, not brushing his legs off from the grass that's now on them, and sort of like, they're still standing, correct?
They sat down next to him.
Alright, hey Coriolis?
Yeah?
Bonk.
Oh.
You've been head bonked.
Oh, okay. Do we need to roll a con?
Sure.
Alright. They fail this. I'm going to laugh so hard.
Please. Please. Damn it.
21.
No, you've been bonked harder by Nona.
They actually have. Yeah,
there's
Oh, go on.
there's that sort of it's not, I wouldn't call it light, but also you've had worse. Just a solid head bonk and just a thank you.
Well, it was a small thing, but you're welcome.
Seeker gives them a smile. Go ahead.
I mean, they're just sort of like, they look a little bit charmed, and maybe a tiny bit bashful. Or actually, well, I suppose I should ask you to roll an insight check.
Okay. I have physical dice. I keep forgetting about that.
I gently pat you.
Can my hands please work? I may have to use dice parser. Damn. Because this dice really doesn't like me.
Oh no.
Seeker's dice. Please.
Seeker's dice are like, oh, we know the boy.
The boy doesn't notice anything.
So.
That's a 4.
A 4. I mean, like, honestly, they're not a subtle individual. Like, you see them, like, despite the fact that, like, obviously they're feeling a lot, like, their mouth sort of, like, gives, like, a twitch, and, you know, their eyes crinkle as if you've done something to really please them. And then they duck down and they fidget with their hands. It's weird.
That's weird. Anyway.
Yeah, they like.
Boy.
I think that they're pretty like intent on, you know, just sort of playing around with a little bit of grass in their hands for a while.
I'm gonna do this because this is the only thing Seeker is giving me. Seeker is just going to sit down and then lay down in the grass. Because grass is good. Much better than chips. In Seeker's very professional opinion, based on personal experience, grass is better than chips. Anyway.
Gosh. I think that Coriolis, like, eventually, like, just sort of plonks down next to him. A little bit stiffly. They should probably not be on the ground, but they are, so. There's a quiet moment laying on the ground.
Do you have, like, a, oh, what are they called? I really wish I paid attention to medical terminology. Seeker.
They look a little bit mystified, but they point at, like, the half of their face that's just their skull, like, is this it?
No, do you have back problems?
Oh, yeah. Not so bad today. But yeah, it's, call them leftovers.
Okay. There's a right.
Mm.
In any case, you should not be on the ground. Seeker stands up. It's one fluid motion that he stands up because I point out boy acrobatic. Sort of offers a hand.
Yeah, I should actually also roll an acrobatics check to see how well they do this. That's a dirty 20. Yeah, they do the same thing that they did earlier, where they take his hand and then don't use it.
Oh, god damn it.
They got a 20, they're fine.
But I'm so tempted to try rolling for, like... I only have a +1 to strength. My boy is not terribly strong.
You know what, go for it.
God damn it. Alright. That's a 13. I don't think that does much.
Yeah, like well, they're on their feet now. So apparently you did something.
Well, they're sure on their feet.
Yeah, they give him a sort of a smile of thanks. It's a very nice smile. And they actually they start looking around for a bench, like, because they're not going to try to take him back to the ship. That's ridiculous.
I do a thumbs up in the background because my is called seasick because someone's sick of this thing. Anyway, can these two dumbasses spot a bench? That is the real question here.
God.
I say dumbasses affectionately.
24.
I got an 18.
A bench.
Got an 18?
A bench has been
We
spotted.
have located the bench.
Bench ho.
Is it like a metal bench, or is it like a wooden bench, or what type of bench is this?
I'm going to say it's a wooden bench.
Okay. You know why I'm asking. Anyway.
Wait, actually, should we roll for, like, benchitude?
Should we?
I'm
We
gonna
can roll
say,
for benches, dude.
I'm gonna say, 1, it's a metal bench. 2, it's a wooden bench.
Okay. That's a 1.
I mean, we said 1 was metal. Unfortunately, this is a metal bench.
It's a metal bench. Also, unfortunately, Seeker's a dumbass. He's not gonna think about it. It's fine. He has clothes. Anyway.
He's got, like, horrible, like, capris. Jesus. And he's not wearing a shirt.
No, he's not wearing a shirt.
Whatever. Coriolis will sit on the bench. They don't know shit.
Seeker is sitting, like, on the edge of the bench. Not, like, leaning back against it, but just kind of, like, leaned forward. This is maybe his natural position while sitting on benches. You don't know. You haven't seen him sitting on a bench before.
A 10. They haven't seen him sitting on benches before.
Haven't seen him sitting on benches before. I can't roll anything lower than an 11, so...
Yep, I'm aware.
Tough out of luck. God.
Yeah, like, they're all sort of perched uncomfortably on this, like, this metal bench. Like, not such that, like, they're worried that it's going to pain them, but more like sitting. Sitting sucks.
They can't stand all the time. What do they...
Hmm. Listen, back problems suck.
I'm concerned about the them.
I mean, I point to the them. Yeah.
God.
Would it make you feel better if I say that they have like a good mattress?
Yes, it would. It would make me feel better.
Unfortunately, they have a hammock.
God. God damn it. I forgot.
What are they gonna do? Use the old mattress? Absolutely not. That's rancid.
They could get a new mattress.
They have other things to do with the ship.
They need to self-care.
You don't exist in this universe. You can't say this to them. Anyways.
You know who does exist in this universe that cares about other people's self-care?
What?
Seeker.
I mean, he has like
it's still.
he hasn't seen their mattress or lack of one.
I mean, he could ask about it.
Would he?
I shushed the gallery. You've been silenced.
Anyway, let them talk.
No, they've been silenced. I can't acknowledge their presence if I'm not in the chat. Anyway. Love you guys. Anyway. I think Seeker is going to stare at them. It's hard to tell what he does with his eyes. He's wearing sunglasses still. He has not taken them off.
Coriolis.
Do you have, like, any back support at all?
I mean, and like they're thinking about it. I have a cane for bad days.
That's not back support.
They shrug. They don't know, man.
You can tell you're being squinted at. Hold on. Of course. You're being... Seeker's probably trying to be serious and intimidating, but Coriolis... This man is 5'4". You are 12 feet tall.
They're just like... Actually,
it does not come across as intimidating at all. That's an 11.
That's a 13. I mean, it's above a 10. You can roll insight if you want.
I can roll insight. I gotta roll physical dice. I want to roll physical dice. I'm going to stop rolling with physical dice.
Oh no.
God damn it.
You know what? Roll again with Dice Parser.
For the audience, that was a 3. That's a 10.
Dang, son. Alright.
No, I'm just getting bullied today.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, they had, like, first of all, half their face is gone, which makes it a little bit hard to discern. But if they had that side of their face, the side of their mouth would be twitching because holy shit, why is he cute? He's not allowed to be cute. This is Deacon.
Oh, anyway. It's fine. But I can definitely words.
Yeah, I mean, they just sort of like, they're giving him, the, I don't know, man, sort of like shrug, like, just sort of the lighthearted, like, they sure don't, sorry.
Seeker doesn't know enough about ships to give mattress options. Seeker doesn't know enough about mattress to give mattress options.
Gosh.
Seeker just looks disappointed.
Oh no, they immediately will.
God. No. You need proper back support so that sort of thing does not happen.
I mean, I can't use back support on the ground.
I mean, for like... Do you sleep on the ground?
I sleep in a hammock.
That doesn't give back support.
I mean, I'm off the ground, in a way I'm supported.
No, you...
There have been more important things to worry about. I'll get to it eventually. And honestly, at night is not when it hurts the most. It's kneeling. And they sort
Did
of
they
like
say healing? Or
kneeling.
kneeling?
And they like sort of clear their throat and look away uncomfortably, like they don't like talking about this.
Hold on. Shit, I can't do that. Alright. Anyway, don't worry about that.
I'm
Seeker
worried
just...
about it.
Don't. Seeker just lets out a sigh. Because... Alright, but as long as you promise to do something about it at some point.
I promise to do something about it someday.
No. Coriolis?
Yes.
You will go get some proper back support as soon as you have your ship figured out, alright?
As soon as the ship is figured out, I will get back support.
I feel like that's not the proper wording for this, noting how you've repeated it.
I mean, you can... No, actually, like, you've been on the ship. Like, it is a quagmire, my friend. That could literally be the next 7 years.
God damn it. Seeker is going to let out a sigh. Rephrasing. You will get proper back support as soon as you fix the hole in the side of your boat. That hole on the port side that I looked at. That hole.
They sigh and they dig through their big ragged coat, and they go through about 8 different pockets before they pull out a small like flip notebook and they go, well, let's see here. Hole in the side of the boat. May needs school clothes. Lemna needs new boots. Nona is running short on healing supplies. Sharky needs scrap metal. Can't do it at the end of the month. Rose is gonna take a couple weeks off. And then we're going to need to do some shipping runs, so we won't be near stores. I can do it in 6 months.
This is in character silence.
God.
He is legit just staring at you.
They show him the notebook like, yeah, look. These are important things that I definitely have to do before I invest in like a good mattress.
You said someone needed healing supplies?
Nona. You can roll history on who Nona is, but it's probably only one out of the former slaves who would deal with healing.
This is an 18 to history.
Yep, that would be the healer. Who you saw face to face on more than one occasions because, you got sick, friend. Like old, very crabby, apparently a dwarf. Bedside manner was unpleasant, but genuinely caring.
Cool. So you wouldn't mind if I talked to your healer who you left in charge of the boat that you've been having back problems? You wouldn't mind if I mentioned that to them, would you?
I am flattered you think that I would be able to hide back problems from Nona, of all people.
I don't know your life.
They laugh. We've had this conversation before. Believe it or not, I am more stubborn than she is. Sometimes. Yeah, the name and all.
The name?
Coriolis? Like the Coriolis effect. You can actually roll history to see if you know what they mean. Maybe with disadvantage because this is like title stuff.
Yeah. It's a 24.
That would be a 24. You know exactly what they mean. Coriolis effect is the effect that the moon has on the tides. The gravitational pull of the moon forces water to have sort of an oblong, or not an oblong, but like an ovoid shape around the planet. Which is why there are high tides and low tides. And there's what they mean by this is that there are things you can fight against, things that you probably can't, and then there are things that it does not occur to you to try. You can't stop the Coriolis effect any more than you would stop the tides. So, if this was a name that they chose for themselves rather than, what they were called before, then there is something in that they want to emulate.
Have you ever heard of the story of the wolf who ate the moon?
I can't say that I did.
Cool, you're about to be well acquainted. Seeker, hop off the bench. Alright, now where's that boat? No explanation.
They sigh and very creakily get to their feet because standing sucks.
Everything sucks because they don't have proper back support.
What they need is a good chiropractor. However, I don't think that chiropractors have been invented yet, so...
You can find a chiropractor. This is Toontown.
Magic, I swear to God, if you make me invent a chiropractor NPC,
If I do it first.
like, I swear to
I
God,
know nothing about chiropractic.
I'll give my librarian NPC a chiropractor certification.
Unfortunately, Seeker doesn't know about chiropractors either. He's from Faruma.
God. I mean, is he trying to find the ship?
Oh, he's going to get hopefully lost.
God. Alright, roll for it.
That's a 3! Seeker starts walking in the completely wrong direction instantly. Coriolis.
I mean...
But he's walking with enough determination to pull it off?
I think that they just follow. Like, maybe he knows better than them.
I'm not even gonna have you roll perception. Coriolis.
Yes?
Definitely not heading in the right direction. Not at all. No.
I mean... I'm sorry, Magic. They're just like, well, I guess... He seems very determined. He seems very confident. Like, they don't know this area very well. Maybe he does.
Alright, in that case, I'm about to shatter the reality. After about, maybe 5 minutes, Seeker stops walking, looks around, looks at Coriolis, looks around some more.
Is something wrong?
I have no idea where we are.
I think Coriolis is just like they do that little snark thing behind a hand, and then their shoulders start to shake, and then they just they start laughing it sounds a little bit like crashing waves or like thunder. It's this sort of rolling, booming chuckle. And they're just helplessly holy shit.
Hi, welcome to Beacon. He's a fucking idiot.
It takes them a good long moment or two. I'm sorry, Beacon. You're being yelled at or being laughed at.
Not the first time it's happened.
And they go,
This is the reason he never takes plot directions. Anyway.
They settle down apologizing and they go, would you like me to hold you up so that you can see a little bit better?
Sure?
And they pick him up and they sort of settle that thing where you hold on to someone's legs so they can sort of sit comfortably on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And congratulations, you were slightly taller than a very tall half giant.
He's been given too much power. This is a manlet. Also, I will say, it has been an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh shit.
If we do want to end it here with Seeker trying to find out where the fuck they are, they can wander around Toontown for a bit. We can.
Yeah, this seems soft.
Yeah, if we keep them here any longer, they're gonna go back into sad territory.
God. Oh, man. God, this was everything I dreamed.
No, I'm fucking lost.
That would be a 1. What would that be for?
That was another survival to see if they were even going in the slightly rightest direction. They're not. No.
We cut to them just being like, well,
wait, can we do something for the hilarity of it?
Absolutely.
I think Seeker pauses them at some point. Like, just... Oh no, I think we're very lost.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's, Seeker, like, points to, a sort of, like, back alley-ish area. I believe that's where, Journeyman works. So we're in the middle of Toontown.
Ah.
This is...
Jennyman?
Pardon?
Who's Jennyman?
Journeyman.
Two words, Jenny Man?
Journeysman.
Oh. Like, okay. Any journeysman in particular?
A foolish one.
Do you want to go in and ask for directions?
No. You'll never let me live it down.
They look at the door.
No. Do not. Ended up there.
Honestly, I don't think we could top that. No, wait, I think we end it with them, like, sort of giving him sort of like a silly grin and, like, picking up their foot like they're about to, like, take a step in that direction, and then it cuts
No,
to black.
do not. Folks.
God, he's practically sitting on his shoulders. He's in prime attack territory.
Thank y'all for coming, folks. I'm glad we got to end that off on a soft note. It wasn't completely terrible for the entire time.
Yeah, thank you all so much. Thank
Bye,
you, Project.
everybody.
It's wonderful.
Thank you, author. This was lovely.
Gosh. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.